and welcome to the new Chextv Daily for Tuesday, February the 4th.
Good evening. We have a fun show, and as you can see, we're kind of decked out.
We might have to explain some of the decor for today.
Yeah, I think we should explain.
This is February is Black History Month, and a special guest who's been in Peterborough today, Babarinde Williams, is a native of Lagos, Nigeria in Africa, and he has been teaching drums and using drumming actually since he came to Canada in 2010 to teach Black culture and African history
and the importance of the drum within that culture and within that history, and it is a lot more important than you might think, so it's totally worth sticking around to check out. It's going to be awesome.
It's so fascinating, and wait till you find out why Mike Judson's been called a natural on the African drum.
Well, we'll maybe find out.
Music is part of any public school curriculum, but there was something special about this lesson. Babarinde Williams was here to teach students about the djembe drum and its connection to African culture. It's just one of many activities going on at the school and around Peterborough to mark Black History Month. I'm Renee Rogers, and I'll have the full story coming up tonight on Newswatch at 6. Mark, back to you.
Okay, this is Babarinde Williams, and today a number of school children had the pleasure of his company and his instruction. We welcome him to the new Chextv Daily set as we look at Black History Month. He is with Drums et al., and when he heard our own Mike Judson playing one of the drums, he was rather impressed. What did you like about Mike's drumming?
Natural.
He's a natural. What makes a person a natural with the drum?
Has rhythm in him.
Tonight on the new Chextv Daily, when we revisit the round table, we'll find out more about the message of Black History Month and the connection of drums to Black culture. That's coming up on the new Chextv Daily. Right now, Mike and Babarinde, take us out. The new Chextv Daily salutes Black History Month, and we're pleased to have Babarinde Williams from Drums et al. In Ajax, but a native of the Nigeria area.
Lagos, actually.
Lagos, exactly. And what's Lagos like?
Lagos is exactly like Toronto. Tall buildings, heavy traffic, lots of traffic, and stress.
And lots of stress. Well, you've been using drums for some time now to help explain or to help teach about Black culture. What's the connection for you? How do you do that?
Number one, the connection is rhythm, because everyone is born with a rhythm in them. And some of us along the line lose it, but the fact is it's there. And the evidence of that is your heart. It beats all the time. That is the most natural rhythm. As long as this is beating, you got rhythm in you for sure.
Now, how important is the drum for your teachings and for African culture?
The history of Africa is the history of drums.
It's the history of music.
Basically that, yeah. You can see them in our worship. You can see them in our culture, festivals. See them in the way we communicate, even for warfare. Most African communities, even my Yoruba community, held out against the British for so long because of the telegraphic gbedu drums. Tall drums that sends messages across, and they were able to outwit the British for a very long time.
And how far could these messages travel by drum?
Almost 10 miles, even farther.
Wow.
These are giant drums.
So as much as these are beautiful sounds that resonate with people as you hear the sounds, these were feared.
Oh yeah, the British were extremely afraid of them, and when the slaves got to the New World, the Caribbeans, North America, and even Europe, they forbade them to play drums because they knew the efficacy of what drums can do. Because you have talking drums. Drums talk.
What do you mean?
Our language is very tonal, and we use the tone in our language to mimic the sound of the drums. So we can tell a whole story with the drum. The Yorubas have a drum called the talking drum, which is used to praise kings, and it can tell the history of a king over and over, and even trace genealogy with the drums.
Wow.
So they're very powerful tools, and I'm so happy that I'm making people in this part of the world aware of what these drums can do. They're actually very, very important in the way, and even for us in the modern world, we can also apply the drum as a lesson, as a metaphor for team building. Because in Africa, we have polyrhythms. Polyrhythms, you play 4 or 5 rhythms. Like today, I was teaching them in school about the rumba. We used 4 rhythms to build up one piece of music, and they were amazed. It's like teamwork and unity.
Yes.
No matter where you're from, no matter what you do, even in the company, accounting, admin, human resources, we all work together as a team. So in so many ways, the drums can be used as a metaphor to build so many things because of the unity in it.
So when we look at the ancient drum and how it was used many, many hundreds, thousands of years ago, how do you correlate it to how the sounds of the drum then work into to African culture now?
How interesting. If you look at your cell phone, your hands, or your smartphone, that is the drum right now. You know why? You hear music on the phone.
Right.
You hear music with the drum. You communicate. They communicate. So the drum and the smartphone is just something that was used hundreds of years ago, and you have a correlation to how it's used now. So the drum basically in those days is your smartphone because it communicates.
See, what an interesting way to look at things. You know what? And that I'm going to say that to my wife when I get home tonight. Honey, I am just trying to communicate here.
Well, you will be surprised. You can communicate with the drum, for sure.
Right.
Yeah. So they're both the same thing. Only the size and the way they are confirmed is different, but they're the same thing, really.
Well, we're going to see more of Babarinde tonight in Newswatch at 6. Renee Rogers did a wonderful story with you at Roger Nielsen School and the students you were teaching. What is the key thing you want to work through with the students as you talk to them about the drumming and the culture?
I believe it's 3 or 4 basic things, and that is, number one, some of those kids will never ever get to see Africa. So I gave them a glimpse of Africa, what we do, the culture. I told them when we have babies in Africa, we didn't just call them, oh, your name is Alex. No, we wait 8 days and we do a long ceremony and have what you call a naming ceremony. And they were like, really? I said, yeah. And when we have harvest, all the little kids gets to clap and drum for the older ones who are doing the harvest.
Wow.
I told them also how drums can build teams and how we are all different but still connected. And I told them about the concept of Ubuntu. Ubuntu simply is humanity. It's like by following Ubuntu, you're basically saying, I see you as a human being and I acknowledge you as a human. And the moment I acknowledge you as human, I confirm my humanity also.
Wow.
So they went through a long journey. I told them we're having a village, and they really love the village too. It's an African village, and they really understand it.
Wow. Well,
Wonderful.
another thing that I wanted to touch on with the drums and with you, I know whenever I play with a djembe or a drum, I kind of go into a trance. How therapeutic is it to play a drum?
The whole concept of drumming itself, the continuous hitting, creates what you call, builds up into a crescendo. And it can, again, the negative sides to the drum also, it can lull you to sleep, it can even lull you to hypnotism because of the constant beat you're getting. So the drum is a powerful tool, depends on how you utilize it.
Okay.
Babarinde Williams is with. He's the founder and CEO of Drums et al. We have 30 seconds left, and I know that you love Mike's drumming so much, so why don't we let the last 30 seconds of the new Chex Daily go to our drummers here on the stage.
Let's do it, man.
In
All right,
30
buddy.
seconds, News Watch at 6 will start right now.